Your cat might be crying every single day, and you don't even realize it. But here's the thing. Cats don't cry like humans do. They don't shed tears when they're sad. Instead, they have silent ways of expressing distress, and if you're not paying attention, you might be missing some crucial signs. Most people assume that if their cat is eating, sleeping, and occasionally meowing, everything is fine. But that's not always the case. Cats are experts at hiding their emotions, a survival instinct they inherited from their wild ancestors. So, when a cat is feeling stressed, lonely, or even unwell, they won't make it obvious. Instead, they communicate through subtle changes in behavior, ones that are easy to overlook. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how cats express sadness, the most common reasons why your cat might be crying, and most importantly, what you can do to make sure your cat is happy and healthy. And stick around until the end, because we'll also cover one common mistake cat owners make that could be making things worse without them even realizing it. Let's get started. Cats don't cry tears when they're sad, but that doesn't mean they don't feel emotions just as deeply as we do. In fact, your cat might be showing signs of distress every day, but in a way that's easy to miss. Unlike dogs, who are more expressive with their feelings, cats have evolved to hide their emotions as a survival instinct. In the wild, showing weakness could make them vulnerable, so they've learned to mask discomfort, stress, and even sadness. But if you know what to look for, the signs are there. One of the biggest clues is a sudden change in vocalization. If your usually quiet cat starts meowing more, or if a normally talkative cat goes silent, this could be a sign of emotional distress. Some cats will let out long, drawn-out meows, especially at night, almost as if they're calling out for something. Others might start making low, mournful sounds that are very different from their usual meows. Another key sign is changes in eating habits. Just like humans, cats can lose their appetite when they're feeling down, or they might start overeating as a form of comfort. If you notice your cat leaving food untouched, or, on the flip side, begging for food more often, it could be an emotional response rather than just a preference change. Behavioral shifts are also a big red flag. A cat that's normally affectionate might start hiding more often, avoiding interaction, or refusing to be held. On the other hand, a cat that's usually independent might suddenly become extra clingy, following you from room to room, constantly rubbing against you, or even pawing at you for attention. Another common but overlooked sign is a lack of interest in play. Happy cats are naturally curious and playful. If your cat suddenly ignores their favorite toys, stops chasing after things, or seems uninterested in their usual activities, it could be a sign that something's wrong. And this brings us to an even bigger question. Why is your cat crying in the first place? That's what we're diving into next. Now that you know how cats express sadness, the next big question is, why is this happening? A cat doesn't start showing distress for no reason. There's always something behind the behavior. And in most cases, it comes down to three main causes: emotional distress, physical discomfort, or environmental changes. One of the most common reasons is loneliness and boredom. Cats may seem independent, but they need mental stimulation and social interaction just like we do. If a cat spends too much time alone or doesn't have enough ways to stay engaged, like toys, climbing spaces, or interaction with their owner, they can become restless, vocal, or withdrawn. This is especially true for cats who have bonded closely with their humans. A cat left alone for long hours might start meowing excessively, following you around when you're home, or even showing signs of frustration, like knocking things over. Another major factor is health issues. Cats instinctively hide pain, which means that by the time they're showing signs of discomfort, they may have already been struggling for a while. Common health problems like dental pain, arthritis, digestive issues, or even minor injuries can cause subtle behavior changes that might look like sadness. If your cat's energy levels drop, their appetite changes, or they become more reclusive, it's always a good idea to check with a vet. The third big reason: changes in their environment. Cats thrive on routine. Even small adjustments, like rearranging furniture, bringing in a new pet, or moving to a new home, can cause stress. Some cats react by hiding, while others become clingier or more vocal. If your cat has recently started acting differently, think about any recent changes in their surroundings that could be affecting them. So now that we understand why this happens, the real question is, what can you do to help? If your cat has been showing signs of distress, the good news is that there are simple ways to help. Cats may be independent, but they rely on routine, stimulation, and a sense of security to feel truly happy. First, make sure they're getting enough mental and physical stimulation. A bored cat is an unhappy cat. If your cat spends most of their day lying around with nothing to do, they're more likely to show signs of frustration or sadness. Interactive toys, puzzle feeders, and scheduled playtime, like using a feather wand or laser pointer, can make a huge difference. Even just 10 minutes a day of focused play can help release pent-up energy and improve their mood. Next, pay attention to their social needs. While some cats prefer their space, others crave more attention than you might think. If your cat follows you around, meows for no clear reason, or constantly rubs against you, they might be asking for more interaction. Simple things like talking to them, petting them, or even just sitting near them can provide comfort. And if your schedule keeps you away for long hours, consider getting a second cat for companionship. Just make sure to introduce them properly. Another key factor is consistency in their environment. Cats thrive on routine, so sudden changes, like moving furniture, loud noises, or new pets, can cause stress. If something in their environment has changed, try to create safe spaces where they can retreat when they need to feel secure. This could be a quiet corner, a cozy cat bed, or a perch where they can observe from a distance. And finally, don't ignore potential health issues. If your cat's behavior has changed drastically and nothing seems to help, it's always a good idea to check with a vet. Many signs of sadness, like decreased appetite, excessive sleeping, or avoiding interaction, can actually be symptoms of an underlying medical problem. Catching these issues early can prevent more serious health concerns down the line. Now, here's the mistake that many cat owners make: assuming that a cat's sadness will just go away. Unlike dogs, who often express their emotions openly, cats are subtle. If a cat seems unhappy, it's not something to brush off. Addressing their emotional and physical needs early can prevent bigger problems later. Understanding your cat's behavior is the key to a happier, healthier pet. And if you found this helpful, wait until you hear what we have in store next. Because some of the most common cat behaviors that seem completely normal actually have hidden meanings. Cats may not cry like humans, but they do show signs of distress, just in ways that are easy to miss. Now that you know how to recognize when your cat is unhappy, you can start making small changes that will make a big difference in their well-being. But here's something most cat owners don't realize. Even when you're trying to do what's best for your cat, there are certain things they absolutely hate, and you might be doing them without knowing. Some of these are so common that almost every cat owner is guilty of at least one. Click the video on the screen now to find out 7 things cats hate and you didn't know.